Bouncing back, sometimes the solution is right in front of you. Hi, my name is Julien Hodara. I've always been passionate about computers, about any geeky stuff and music, as you can see. My education, I studied computer science at university in Paris, and then I went to Boston College to learn about marketing. And then, as it wasn't enough, I went to law school doing audiovisual law and finished my studies at HEC Paris. Let me get back in time in year 2000. By then, Deezer did not exist, smartphone did not exist, Spotify did not exist, YouTube did not exist, and internet, well, it was about the beginning. By the time I was working for Warner Music, and I was one of the first employees doing digital music. And I worked with a great deal of artists like Madonna, the Eagles, you may not know about them, right? And Christophe Maé, you may know this one. I want to tell you about my failures, and there were 3 big failures in my career. The first one was about mobile phone ringtones. So in year 2004, this was a smartphone. It wasn't very smart, as you can see. And by the time, I started for Warner Music to sell ringtones. And as an example, this is a track from Madonna called American Pie. And as you can hear in the background, this was the actual track. Now, I want you to listen to what the ringtone was. See? Very, very different. At the same time, this was a huge market, $4 billion market. The price of a ringtone was 3 times the price of an actual track, a single. I knew this market by heart. I knew the tech, I knew the content. I was a lawyer and a tech guy. And I did not create my ringtone company, no. I did stay where I was at Warner Music. This was my first fail. Then I went to streaming. I moved from Warner Music to Orange. And by the time Deezer did not exist, TikTok did not exist, Instagram did not exist, smartphone did not exist. I remember the iPhone was 2007. YouTube did exist by the time though. I created a subsidiary of Orange called Wormy. We were doing music streaming at the time. And it was a great success. In 2010, I sold Wormy for the account of Orange to Deezer. I'm sure you're pretty familiar with Deezer. And Deezer bought Wormy, but oh, I just got a handshake. Another failure. So, time for a break in my career and my life. In short, I worked in the music industry. I saw the digital revolution. I understood the innovations. But hell, why did I miss? So I went into analysis and introspection. How? Education. So went back, as I told you, studying at HEC Paris for an MBA. I just needed to put my ideas right back in order. Then I created my own startup. So this startup was called Relive. Relive was a software that could let any artist record and sell the audio of a show right at the end of a concert. It was great. Many artists did trust us, likes of Vianney, I'm sure you know Vianney, Amir or Kerenan. They loved the concept. We did tons of tests with them. And I created this concept with a friend. I built it from ground up. Even the technology, and artists loved us. And unfortunately, record companies, well, they stay record companies. So, another failure. That's failure number 3. And now, as I learned about the failures, went back to Orange and took the director position of a project by the time that was called Libon. Libon is an operator within the operator, within Orange. It's actually an operator in the app that is targeted to all the displaced people around the world. And at Orange, I led Libon because I led a project before. It was called Wormy. I saw an opportunity. This opportunity was to buy out Libon. I bought Libon. And now Libon is independent and I'm the CEO. And I saw this opportunity because I missed the opportunity with the ringtones. I raised 2 million euros by the time to create the company. And I raised it because I tried a lot to raise the money with Relive and failed. Today, Libon is a global mobile voice operator. Hundreds of thousands of customers in 130 countries. We have a great team of 35 people and a great valuation. So, I did make mistakes. And failure is pretty okay, only if you learn from your mistakes. Only if you learn from your mistakes. And I will end this talk by a quote from a very well-known man, Steve Jobs, who said, "You cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards." Merci.